Do we have sound? We have sound, Patrick. We've got sound. We need better lighting, though. I'll tell you that. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I am in. I'm downstairs. I was doing some orders. Anyways, guys, what's up? Welcome to Big Snap Dark. Thank you so much for staying tuned in, tapped and turned on. I'm your host, Chichiofo. If you guys have not already joined the fam, please make sure you go ahead and smash the subscribe button, click the bell right next to it. Dink, that way you guys are notified every time I go live. So today, I wanted to just quickly, I got a lot of events this week, guys. I'm not even capped to you. I got a lot of things going on this week, but I always want to make time for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all be asking me lots of questions in my DMs on all platforms. So, you know, you always can find me here to get your answer. Everybody wants to know what the energies are playing out like as far as we're going to have the moon shifting into Leo, okay? So we're going to have this cute little fire stellium here. Pull up the chats. We're going to have this cute little fire stellium, meaning we're going to have Venus in Leo, Mars in Leo. The moon is going to be in Leo, and it's going to happen, I think, like later on tonight, probably, because the moon right now is at, I think it's at 29 degrees in Cancer still, okay? 29 degrees in Cancer still, so you know how that plays out as far as everybody was in their feelings, okay? Everybody was like, you know, in the nurturing, terror-caking kind of an energy. You know, hopefully you have increased your intuition and all the things. Your intuition was on point, okay? Everybody wanted to feel comfortable, feel secure. People could have been very moody, retreating, and all the things. So I really wanted to talk about this fire stellium that we're about to have. Oh, Lilith is also in Leo too. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit and how, you know, the moon may be transiting in a certain house for you. So I'm going to talk about all the different houses. If we have time, I'll go into the aspects that I see here that are playing out. I'll probably go live a little bit later too. Ooh, excuse me, like later on tonight when I come back to go dive a little bit deeper. I might even do a little spread for y'all. So if you guys are new here, I always do timestamps, so I'll probably do that after the video as well. That way you guys can kind of skip through. So let's talk about it when the moon is about to shift into Leo, because you guys might already kind of low-key feel this energy. I know I've been seeing the fire in everybody right now. So let's kind of talk about it, okay? With the charts here, I have them pulled up. That way we can see. But we all know moon and Leo. The moon is how we react and respond. Leo is a fire fixed sign. It's also a masculine energy, you guys, okay? And the ruler is the sun, which is the generator. So, you know, Leo rules the heart. So it's gonna feel, it can feel really yummy depending on where you're at as far as the octave that you're playing in right now, okay? And it rules the fifth house, which is of our pleasures and our creativity. That's why Leo is such a creative sign, right? So with Venus in Leo, Mars in Leo, Lilith in Leo, I'm gonna put it all together, kind of wrap it up for you, okay? So everyone is gonna want to feel good, or should, during this time. Fifth house is our desires, you know, how we entertain, how we enjoy ourselves, pretty much for the most part, okay? And think of the sun. This is where Leo gets those the charisma of it all, you know, front center stage kind of an energy. All right. It rules, how do I say, who we are. Like the sun rules who we are physically, mentally, and emotionally. It's the conductor of our spirit, you know what I'm saying? Our like inner, our soul's inner flame, just think of it like that. So with this fat fire stellium that's going to be playing out, a lot of passion, guys, a lot of passion. We're gonna have tons of passion playing out. You gotta think, Mars and Leo energy, you know, they're very creative. You know, they're like magnets. Like they draw a lot of attention to them based on how, whether they're acting in the lower octave or a higher octave. They're, no matter what, Leo gets attention pretty much for the most part, or will try and gain that attention. So they definitely keep it real. I don't know if you have a Leo friend in your life, but they definitely keep it real. I don't care if it's a sun, moon, or rising. You can kind of tell. But they definitely enjoy the pleasures of life. Okay, so for example, everyone, if you understand the energy of a Leo moon, okay, how we react and respond. So Leo moon energy, let's all figure out how Leo moon acts, okay? They're very exciting. They're so entertaining for the most part. They're just so fun and charismatic. Like they just, like I said, they like to be out there. That's why they like front center stage. And if they're passionate about a certain subject, you're going to recognize that. You're going to see it. And this is why whatever they're passionate about wholeheartedly, they will manifest it. Literally, like it'll materialize because they go hard for the things that they feel strongly about, okay? So you got to peep game on that. As far as our thoughts, you know, or let's stay in moon and Leo if you have a moon and Leo. They're very caring kind of an energy. They're very caring. They're just so generous to other people as well. Like a Leo can be very loyal to the soil. But you got to make sure that you doing your part as well, okay? Because they'll recognize and they'll peep game real fast in a heartbeat. Like if you're not, you know, putting out forth the same energy, okay? That's why they're so raw. But they're very authentic and real. You know, they just want to have fun and be happy for the most part, and you know, take care of business. Okay, so it's like if you have a Leo energy in your life, either they are an image of what you inspire to be, because they will motivate you and put fire under your ass. Because Leo likes to keep things lit. They got a little zestiness to them. Okay, is what I like to call it. So as far as the collective energy of what we're going to be feeling while the moon is in Leo, okay, so of course I'm going to tell you the negative and the positive. So we're all going to be able to express ourselves when the moon's in Leo with more confidence, okay? All right, everyone's going to be very, like, especially if you're tuned and tapped and turned on to something of your passions and what you do in life. What's up, TJ? Thanks for tuning in. Like, let's say if you're a creator, or you do certain things, or you run your own business, or there's some things that you like to talk about, or as far as knowledge or learn, and you speak of this, you're going to be very passionate about it, and you're going to know your shit, and you're going to talk your shit, and you're going to be very confident with the way you express yourself in your own unique way. So this can really lead you on a path of positive flow, positive energy with whoever you attract, okay? Whether that's discovering yourself or enhancing your self-esteem for the most part, okay? As far as your love and relationships, you got to really recognize that during this transit, we also have Venus in Leo and Mars in Leo. You know, like I said, this can be very yummy time for love and relationships during this time. You know, people may take on a little bit more passion, a little bit more playful energy within their connections that they have with other people. Like I said, it can be very exciting, okay? Especially if you have somebody, okay? Or if you're talking to someone, you're dating somebody. Man, I missed that. Expressing your love and admiration is going to be the name of the game, especially because Leo's going to be there, for 3 days, you know what I'm saying, with this fire stellium playing out. So we can really deepen our bonds. And as far as like career and our goals that we have in life, the moon in Leo will allow you to assert yourself and have that confidence to really carry out your mission, whatever mission you're on. I'm on a spiritual mission. I don't know about y'all. But, you know, in the pursuit of your goals, you're going to be very enthusiastic. You might feel motivated to take on extra leadership roles and things of that nature, okay? So it's all about just pursuing your projects, going towards your passions. That way you can receive the rewards and recognitions for whatever achievements that you have, okay? Now, on the negative side to all of this fire stellium that's playing out, a lot of people, you might see some people or yourself might be all about ego and pride right now. So you got to kind of be careful of that. It's a very strong fire stellium, and this can really trigger many people, okay? Especially when they're all up in their ego, or they want their ego stroked. Like, you come to my channel, I'm gonna tell you about yourself. You know what I mean? If you're feeling certain, go sit in the corner and do some shadow work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all here to work on ourselves and heal, right? Okay, that's the name of the game. If you're not doing that, then I don't know why you watch. But it's important to be mindful if you are being self-centered, you know what I'm saying, or selfish, or just you're trying to have this, like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like you're trying to, like, domineering kind of an energy, okay? So balance your self-confidence. It's okay to be there's a difference between being confident and cocky with it. So be careful, especially if you're dealing with other people, and maintain a harmonious connection, especially if you have lovers or you live with family or you're at work, things of that nature, okay? You may see other people as far as seeking attention in many different ways. This is the ultimate, like, this fire stellium is going to be like attention, attention, attention. Now, depending on what you're doing in the world, you may receive attention from the wrong people, places, and things. Okay. So everyone's going to be trying to seek attention or try to seek validation outside of themselves during this time as well, with this fire stellium playing out. Okay. So, this could manifest as trying to gain rewards, praise, and recognition, but you may be receiving that from the wrong group of people. Okay. So you may face some challenges moving further. So you don't want that. So you got to strive for balance, of course. Okay. And you got to pay attention. Let's say, for example, you're at work, or if you are in a connection, or you live with other people, or you talk to certain people, they may have their power struggles will be at an all-time high too. People wearing that badge, especially if you're at work. I'm the supervisor. Last time I checked, I told you what to do, and you got to do it before your shift's over. You know what I'm saying? So be aware of that. People are going to be, especially in the professional settings, you guys, especially, and relationships too. It's going to be like, who wears the pants? Okay, so the need for control and authority is going to be at an all-time high, and this may clash a lot of energies as well. Okay, you'll probably see it whether you're going to the grocery store or at home or at work or in your neighborhood. Okay, you may see some form of power struggle going on there. So make sure that find a way to collaborate or to listen to other people's perspectives and maybe gain a little bit of knowledge. Not saying you have to believe it, but maybe sometimes things are better left unsaid. So pick and choose your battles during this time as well. Okay. So let's kind of break it down as far as Mars in Leo, Venus in Leo, Lilith in Leo, and Moon in Leo. So as a collective, as far as the Moon in Leo energy is how we react and respond. So it's going to be in the Leo way. Okay, do things in the Leo way. Your instincts and the way you nurture certain things. It's going to be very dramatic. You're going to be very expressive. You see how I'm like talking with my hands? I'm already doing it. So I already do that anyways since I got Moon in Aries. But so this transit is going to probably enhance our creativity, our confidence. We're going to desire attention, just to nip it in the bud. And people are going to feel a little bit more enthusiastic. They're going to be feeling a little bit more passionate about the things that they do. You're going to feel sure about yourself. You should use this energy to feel a little bit more confident to carry out the things that you want to carry out, and not care about what anybody else has to say about it, or not care about what they think about it either. So some people also too, when the moon's in Leo, we're going to want to participate in the leisurely activities, wanting the finer things in life, maybe even dress to the nines, depending on where it's transiting in your house. Everyone may look a little yummy when the moon's in Leo, because, yeah, a little playful energy coming in. And then with the Venus in Leo, if you're trying to be, attract certain love and all that, there's that, because you got to think Venus in Leo is like, Venus, rules beauty, love, relationships, all the aesthetics of that kind of an energy. So, people may want to be a little bit more affectionate, more flirtatious, people might say a couple of things, more touchy-feely kind of a vibe, okay? People will probably act on that. People may seek, lots of attention, like I said. Everybody's going to probably want some piece of the spotlight in some form or fashion. Hopefully you're doing it for your betterment, and it's going to help you get somewhere. Hopefully it's going towards building your foundation and stability and security. Okay. So, express your love. I always say show love to the people that give you love back. You know what I'm saying? Show love to the ones that show you love, period. Where's the reciprocity in that? Because you don't want to overpour your chalice to somebody else that is sucking you dry. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful of that as well, because with the Mars in Leo, this is how we express our actions, right? And it's all in the fire sign. And I think, let me see. I think it's going to be in the same degree too. Let me look. Yeah. So Lilith and Mars are actually going to be at an 18 degree. So this is how I'm going to tell you how to really use this energy. So with Mars and Leo, like I said, everyone's going to want to take action on that and be very confident, be super bold, be hella passionate about whatever it is that they're carrying out. So this transit right here, this can really boost your creativity. You can really use this energy to put in a lot of work, especially if you're working towards something with your goals. Go hard, especially today is a Mars day. You know what I'm saying? Go hard on the things that you want to achieve, okay? So that you can say, okay, I put in the work. You know what I'm saying? I did what I'm supposed to do for the day, and stay determined and stay enthusiastic about whatever it is that you're carrying out. Because there's a lot of distractions that are playing out, okay? So some people might be more in the world of focusing on distractions or just their desires and not really putting forth any energy into the things that they want to achieve. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. You got to avoid conflicts with other people as well. If somebody ain't got nothing going on, ain't nobody got no time for it, okay? Because we have Lilith and Leo, and when Lilith has been in Leo for a while, but you know, that's that dark feminine energy. So she's very rebellious, and it's the primal instincts that we all have within us. You know what I'm saying? But it also can be very sensual. So it's a fiery energy, very expressive. So this may highlight our personal power, how authentic or original or real somebody is. You know, people may want to break free from societal norms during this time as well, okay, and really embrace their unique identity. So like I said, you may see people playing these characters and bust out how they dress, what they wear, what they say, how they act, how they respond, everything. It's gonna be like you're going to see the real, okay, versus the fake. Like you're going to see it. Like this is where everything's gonna it's a lot of fire energy with the stellium, so shit will definitely hit the fan pretty much for the most part, okay? You'll see people's personal desires. You'll see, this will unleash your hidden potential, okay? So just be aware with this fire stellium, pretty much for the most part, guys. You want to make sure that you can become very impatient. You can become very impulsive with this energy. You just have to be very careful. People can have tempers. So you have to just be aware, like I said, of the pride and the ego pretty much for the most part. The excessive need for attention or to be admired or external validation. You don't need to look for validation outside of yourself whatsoever. It's within you, okay? Validate your own goddamn self, okay? Last time I checked. That came out a little bit better, okay? So cultivate your love and appreciation for yourself and other people that have been there for you. You know what I'm saying? That are supporting you on your road to where you want to go. It's pretty much the name of the game. Because this can be an intense emotional time while the moon is in Leo, along with this fire stellium that's playing out as well, okay? So you're going to need to find a balance, okay? Like I said, everyone's going to have something to say, whether it's good or bad. Some people can be very resistant. Some people can be very stubborn during this time. So, there's a lot of compromising energies that can play out as well. So I would say take action and collab with people that are like-minded like you, that have the same interests as you, and maybe take action and do things together if you guys have something going on, or come up with some solutions or something, okay? That way y'all all can play a part, and each and every one of you have your own piece of the pie or power or magi that you can utilize and maybe create something grand out of this fire stellium that's playing out here. Let's see, do we have time for I have a couple minutes here. Let me just do the houses really quick. I was going to go over some aspects because we do have like Jupiter and Taurus that's sextiling right here. I see Saturn, which is in Pisces retrograde. If you didn't watch that Saturn video, go watch it. Everything Saturn, whether you're going through a Saturn return, Saturn retrograde, Saturn in Pisces, the energies, the houses, all that stuff. Go watch that video. But this is going to be happening all week. Okay, so just pretty much for the most part, just to keep it simple, we can really use this sextile, because it's good, to create some stability within our lives, okay? To really manifest or materialize the things that we want to achieve, balancing material and our spiritual pursuits coming together, because you have that Saturn in Pisces, which is forcing us to go internal, and then you have Jupiter, which is in Taurus, which is an earth energy to receive the material possessions that we want to have. So Use this energy to step towards your goals, okay? And really utilize these resources in a wise way to cultivate that sense of security that you're looking for in life right now at this time, okay? You know, bring in some spiritual practices, you know, in your daily life. Kind of get right with your mind, your mental needs and responsibilities are key during this time. You know, use this energy to really reflect throughout this whole week while this aspect is playing out. You know, do some karmic healing. Okay, Saturn in retrograde is bringing that energy. It's putting an emphasis on that to revisit maybe some past lessons or patterns or behaviors that we were tapping into, um so that we can reflect and heal and do the shadow work that's needed to be done. Okay, and bring in the new and resolve karmic issues and things of that nature. So do the inner work, guys, and release those old patterns, behaviors, and all the things. We're going into a new world here, okay? So you got to embrace this personal growth within yourself and stay disciplined and expand your mind and expand your world, expand the love in your heart. You know, practice long-term goals while Jupiter's sitting in Taurus for a while, okay? And with this sextile that we're having all week with Saturn, you can really find ways to be persistent and be responsible within that energy, okay? We do also have the Sun in Gemini. It's having a quincy, well, we call that quincy over here, quincunx, with Pluto, which is in Capricorn, which is also retrograde. So, you know, this is where the power struggles will probably heighten a little bit, especially with this fire stellium playing out. This is where you'll be able to see that a little bit more with the power struggles. This Pluto energy will probably uncover some hidden truths. Like I said, shit will hit the fan, and this is an aspect that's playing out to where that'll even come out even more. Like, you can't hide, whether it's something about your own personal life that you've been hidden under the rug, that you've been lying about, or to yourself about, or to people about, or whatever. You may, you know, have a harsh reality your goddamn self, or you may see it play out, you know, in your world around you, okay? So, you know, it's going to uncover a lot. Like I said, people are going to see that, and you're going to see all these negative power dynamics kind of play out. You just have to learn to adapt for the most part and self-reflect and do your own growth if there is something that you've been hiding. You know, you got to be honest with yourself. If you're lying to people, you're only lying to yourself pretty much for the most part, and you're just making life harder for you. So get it together, people. You know what I'm saying? So with that, that's where it's going to come out. So a lot of self-reflecting and personal growth is what you should use that aspect for. We also have Mercury right here in Gemini. I did a video on that, so just check that out. That's sextiling with Mars and Leo. So this could be good. This is where people are going to be very clear and assertive with how they're taking action and their communication, the way that they speak, the things that they say. So like I said, if somebody's very passionate about something, you're going to feel the wrath of that fire. Not saying it's going to be negative, but they could be just so passionate about something. They're over here yelling like this and saying, yeah, you got to get it right, you got to get it together, whoa, 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 whoa. You know, it'll look like that. So depending on how you take it is on you, okay? So a lot of quick decision making too, because fire is fast, you know, with this sextile. So you got to make sure you kind of like, hold on, let me reverse, let me read the contract, let me make sure, let me check myself, let me make sure this is something that I do want to participate in before you actually do it, okay? Very, very important. You know, just really expressing your desires with that little sextile that we have right there. Jupiter's is I think I already say that. Yeah, Jupiter sextiling. Did I say that? Yeah, all week. So don't forget, that's the major one. Jupiter is sextiling Saturn all week long is what I see here. So use that energy. You can practice your spirituality, build a solid foundation, explore higher truths, and really manifest abundance. We also have Lilith in Leo, which is sextiling Mercury in Gemini. So that's what I'm telling you, like, people are going to really express authentically who they are. They can't hide it, okay? Especially how if you have whatever house this is playing in, where this fire stellium in. Oh, let me talk about the houses, because I can go in. Because Lilith is also conjuncting with Mars in Leo. Jesus Christ. Okay, let me just do the houses really fast, really quick. So let's say, for example, you have this fire stellium playing out in your first house. Okay, this is how you project yourself, you know. You're going to be you probably are. Oh, I want to say this really quick. Wherever you already have Leo, okay, this is what you came here with. Okay, this is like already how Leo's been working on you. And I'm going to tell you how to really use the energy. Since the fire stellium is playing out here. So for the most part, First house, okay? Be mindful of being excessive or being, you know, prideful or being in your ego during this time with this fire stellium playing out, okay? Remember to really balance, you know, there's a difference between being confident and cocky, okay? You got to pay attention, all right? And avoid dominating certain conversations or situations that you're in when it's the first house, because you may have a tendency to seek validation or seek attention outside of yourself. So you got to know your worth and know your value, and be independent and not dependent on anything that's external outside of you, okay? For the second house, if you have Leo in the second house, okay, or if you have that, wherever you have the fire stellium, if you have a fire stellium there, or if you already had Leo there, or whatever, watch out for overspending or being overly materialistic, okay? So keep an eye on your financial resources. Make sure you're not driven by luxury, the luxurious things in life, like overspending, you know what I'm saying, just to look a certain part when you really ain't got it like that, you know what I mean, you're doing it for the gram or something. So be cautious of relying too heavily on other people for financial support. Really cultivate your own type of way to make some money. Like I said, use this fire energy to build upon something right now at this time, okay, and take responsibility for your own goddamn financial needs. Okay. Let's see, third house is all about communication, you guys. So for the most part, be aware of being self-centered, or, you know, when you're talking to people, try not to act like as if you have one up on somebody, or talk to them as if they're inferior to you. You can, because you can kind of do that. Remember to really have active listening skills when it's in the house of 3, and give others a chance to really express yourself. That way you guys can converse and have an actual conversation, because some people just want to be heard. You may talk a lot, so watch out, okay? Because you may be overly opinionated. You may be expressing your 2 cents in a position to where nobody even asked for your 2 cents. Okay, so practice, you know, being open-minded and engage with other people and have respectful dialogue with other people as well. Okay, fourth house, be very mindful of seeking it. Oh, I gotta go. Seeking attention. Okay. Seeking excessive attention or control with your family. Allow for yourself to be an individual and express yourself the way that you want to express yourself, and not how other people tell you to express yourself. Okay, so watch out for being overly protective or overly possessive as well when it's a house of 4, because it's a family and home. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. um I think it'll mute. Woo. Okay, so cultivate, you know, a good environment for yourself. If it's in the 5th house, be aware of, 5th house is all about creativity. Be aware of the desire for constant recognition or admiration. Don't neglect your own needs during this time, or your creative matters, okay? Because you don't need any external validation from anybody, okay? You know, because you can be attention seeking within your romantic relationships as well, since that's house 5 as well, okay? 6th house, be aware of being overly bossy or domineering in your workplace. Foster a collaborative type of environment, especially in the 6th house when it comes to work and your health. Now, be very careful when you have all this fire energy playing out. You can be prone to accidents and things of that nature if you have all these planets playing out in your 6th house. I'm sorry. Accidents, like as far as like health, your wellness, well-being, things of that nature. So be aware of that energy, okay? Don't neglect your self-care, or don't overwork when it's in your house of 6. Remember to prioritize your well-being and maintain a nice, healthy work-life balance. 7th house, this is the house of relationships, okay, you guys? So you just want to be really cautious when you have this fire stellium here, or maybe you already came down here like this. If you have this fire stellium here, you know, you got to strive for balance in your relationships right now at this time. Like I said, it's all about, people are going to be like, who wears the pants? You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful of that. Check the perspective of other people that you're conversing with, especially if you're in an actual relationship, but this could be even friendships, business partnerships, whatever partners that you have in your life right now at this time. Try not to be so like, don't seek validation outside of yourself, okay? Don't, the way you gain attention will be of importance. Don't do it in the negative way. Don't do it in the toxic way, okay? Focus on building genuine connections with this fire stellium that we have playing out, and be respectful and make sure they value you as much as you value them. You know, reciprocity is going to be the name of the game in the house of 7. In a house of 8, this is all about intimate connection. So be mindful of power struggles when you have this fire stellium playing out here in the house of 8, okay? You can have control issues, especially when it comes to your intimate relationships. Okay, so really cultivate it, the trust, and really promote that from within and without, or outside of yourself as well. You know what I mean? Like, watch out. Um, you want to come off as trusting is what I mean to say, because you can come off as like conniving, or being a manipulator when it's in the house of 8, based off of how you're projecting yourself or how you're showing yourself. Sorry, I'm trying to go really fast. Watch out for overspending or overindulging too, because you can have some risky financial situations when in the house of 8 as well. So you got to be careful and maintain a nice balance, especially because it's all about shared resources, right? House 9, for the most part, house 9, watch out for being very impulsive or reckless when it's in a house 9. Okay, you may have a tendency to think that you're superior based off the information that you're providing. Like I said, some people may come across as they're just passionate by the way that they're delivering information. Not to say that they're better than anybody else, but you can do that when it's in your house of 9. Oh, my information is better, and I know more than you know. You know what I mean? Promote an open type of an open way of speaking, okay? And you be open-minded and embrace other people when they're joining in a conversation, or adding on more seasoning to the chicken when you guys are talking about certain topics and stuff like that, because you can be very reckless or impulsive in that nature, okay? So be very cautious, okay? House 10, we have this fire stellium here, so be very mindful. Don't be too focused on personal recognition. Don't do something just for clout or for IG or whatever the hell, you know what I'm saying? Do it because you actually mean it and you want to do it for yourself, and it's really going towards building your foundation and bringing in the stability and security for yourself. Whatever your duties, responsibilities, and obligations are, make sure it's something that you really want to do, because this is a house of public image as well. And like I said, with this fire stellium playing out, you may do things, strange things for a piece of change, or you may try and gain attention from people, and it could be from the wrong people, okay? So you don't need any external validation. You validate your goddamn self, okay, during this time. So watch out for any power struggles, especially when it comes to authority figures, like if you have bosses and things of that nature. So make sure you navigate that professional world and just, play it cool, okay? House 11, this is the house of social networks and things of that nature and relationships. So don't go for the attention seeking once again. You know what I mean? Don't try and be a people pleaser either, just to make somebody feel happy. Make sure that your needs are met as well as their needs too. You know what I'm saying? When you're, because you can do that when it's in the house of 11 with this fire stellium. Okay. If you want to collab with other people, you just got to watch out for making sure you don't have any expectations, and making sure if you do, are looking for the reciprocity, at least, make sure it's realistic and not unrealistic. Okay, because this is like, sharing interests with other people as well. House 12, so be aware of keeping your creative talents. You may keep your hidden talents, or you may not express yourself. You may be hidden. You might hide yourself away. This might be too much energy for you, because it's a fire stellium playing out here. So you got to really embrace your gifts, because this is a spiritual house. It's ruled by Pisces. So you got to make sure that whatever it is you're tapping to, you're not too far into fantasy island to where you're just like totally washed up by the current. You want to make sure that you're using this energy to maybe tap more into and dive more deep into spirituality, you know what I'm saying, and mastering your own energy and mastering yourself. And then you may explore some creative gifts or talents that you have as far as when it comes spiritually speaking. Watch out, especially in this world at this day and age that we're in right now. If you do have your superpowers and all the things, like I seen people, oh yeah, look at this, I can make a piece of paper float in the air, all that stuff. I would be aware of that and not blast that on social media. Just keep that all the way a buck. Like, you don't want to put all of your magi online at this day and age. Just be careful of that. But also too, you may watch out for excessive pride or a need to control how someone else may do something. Like I said, we're all different signs and we all do things in our own way. It doesn't mean it's right or wrong, okay? So have a little bit of humility when it comes to spirituality, and spirituality is not a game when it's playing in this fire stellium, when it's played in House of 12, okay? So kind of transform yourself and just kind of low-key surrender to what's going on. I'll probably come on later on, you guys. I do have to go. Like I said, I got a lot of events playing out. So I love all of you guys. Thank you so much for staying tuned in, tap and turn on. Smash the subscribe button. Click the bell right next to it because that way you guys are notified when I go live later. I'll probably do a spread for y'all, okay? Mwah. See y'all later. Peace.